Hi Scorpio, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-February 2023 love reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, sort of what we have in front of us is a bridging the gap spread as always. And the way it works is look at the past, present, future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's the general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the card to the left as your energy and the card to the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have Wisdom. So this is actually the equivalent of the High Priestess in traditional tarot. And to see this card come up here says to me that for a lot of you, you're probably keeping to yourself a little bit, but also trying to figure out some more information about this person, so I feel like you might have been observing them from a distance, and maybe there was some interest there, but I feel like you weren't necessarily revealing that interest in the past. All right, past energy on their side, we have a couple of cards. We have the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So seeing these two cards here, I feel like this is saying that they probably saw you as a little bit guarded in the past, possibly because, like I said, it seemed like you were keeping a bit of a distance but observing them at the same time. And I feel like this is saying that with these two energies here, they might have been a bit persistent in trying to get you to open up a little bit. So I feel like they might have been the ones who were initiating most of the contact in the past. All right, and then the present energy on your side, we have the Two of Staves. So this is an energy of usually wanting to start something new, right? Take action towards something, but I could see this going either way as far as if we look at the cards, his back is to the cards on the side, right? So for some of you, could just be saying you could be shifting your focus elsewhere, possibly toward your work lives, given that Aries energy is 6th house for you guys. But yeah. And for some of you, could just be saying that now, after observing them for a while, you do want to actually initiate things with them. But I feel like it's more the first story for a lot of you. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, speaking of work, could just be saying that they might be shifting their focus toward their work lives a bit more as well. And for some of you, these could even be indicators that the two of you might actually have met through the workplace in some way. So even if you guys didn't directly work with each other, maybe you cross paths within your work environment at some point. But yeah, looks like they could just be having some focus on their finances at this time. All right, and near future position on your side, we have the Prince of Arrows. So this is actually the equivalent of the Knight of Swords, which we saw in the past on their side. And if we look at the card itself, it actually has the name Cupid on it. So it could just be saying that in the future you might actually come forward and express your feelings to this person. So yeah, like I said, for a lot of you, it looks like you might have just been going through a bit of an observation period, trying to scope out, could you see yourself moving forward with this person or not. Like I said, in the present, it really looks like you might not be interacting with each other too much, but in the future, it looks like you will actually decide that you would like to advance the connection with this person. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Two of Pentacles. So to me, this says that they might actually be a little bit guarded. And the reason being is I feel like for a lot of them, they will keep their focus more toward their finances. So that could be why they're, a little bit more hesitant to pursue more of a love relationship. And possibly they might even be having some financial difficulties, and that could be the reason why. But yeah, either way, it looks like there's definitely more of a heavy shift and focus on their work in the future. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have Tradition. So this is the equivalent of the Hierophant in traditional tarot, which is Taurus energy. So this could just be saying that you might actually really want to advance this connection into something more formal and traditional as we get closer to Taurus season. So let's say, early April into May. So it could just be one of those things where maybe the timing's not right now, but as we get into spring in the Northern Hemisphere, you might be more involved in actually getting this connection to the next level. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, another indicator here to, like I said, for a lot of you, it could just be one of those things where they might have some financial difficulties that they're trying to get through right now. Because if we look at the artwork here, we see those columns look like they're knocked over, right? So it could just be one of those things where they might have had a bit of a financial setback. So they could just be shifting their focus more toward that at this time. Well, and then the good thing there, I will say, is beneath that we do see the Empress, and this is actually Taurus energy. So this could be another indicator between this and the fact that you have the Taurus energy on your side that, like I said, it could just be a temporary thing where maybe for the next month or so, they're going to be more heavily focused on their finances. And then once they get that squared away, they could probably put more energy toward the connection at that point. All right, so moving on to your Oracle cards first, let's see what we get from Aqua Moonlight deck. I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording, and what I'm looking for here is unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. Initially looking for jumpers, but if I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I'll just put the deck down and we'll pull cards that way. Alright, let's see what comes up. Alright, got one there. Put down your side, and then we'll see what we get from them to you. Got one there. Okay, so let's see what we got on your side first. Okay, we have memory. I miss you. There we go. Well, it was focused for a second. Well, yeah, it says memory. I miss you. So yeah, for some of you, yeah, maybe you are gonna have some separation because, like I said, it looks like in the present, seeing that his body language is pointing away from these cards, and then, like I said, it looks like they're gonna be putting a focus on their finances as well. Could just be one of those things where, like I said, it could be primarily a timing issue where you guys just might have other things that you need to focus on, and down the line, like I said, maybe it might take until Taurus season. You guys can get the connection back on track at that point. And let's see, on their side, we have planning. It says, I know that I want you in my future. I'm working on making the proper plans. So yeah, maybe for some of you, this really is one of those things where it could even be because they had this long-term plan in mind. They're like, okay, well, in order for me to pull this off, I need to really focus on my career for a bit, right? So yeah, it could just be one of those things. And not to mention, these are Capricorn energies too. So I will say Capricorn energies tend to, they're pretty steady, as is Virgo energy, but they also move a little bit slower. So it could be that as well, like a combination, just saying that, okay, they have these things in mind, right? But it just might take them a while to actually get there. So you might need a little bit of patience with this connection. But lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom Oracle deck. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffle this deck as well. But here I'm just looking for a single card to wrap the reading up with. Oh, got one there. Okay, so let's see what you got. Okay, we have Imagine. There's the artwork, and the number is 20. Okay, the relationship message says, in matters of the heart, it's easy to daydream about another as a means of connecting to that person. While it's romantic, if you want this relationship to be real, you need to go for it, not just dream about it. Now is the time to move beyond the daydream and into reality, beyond illusion and into fruition. Relationships are about relating, so step out onto the dance floor where imagination partners with manifestation. The message of this card is that a person with attributes you have imagined will enter your life. You'll be changed for the better. Imagine that. So yeah, like I said, it definitely looks like there's some potential for this connection for sure. Like I said, it looks like both of you might have focus elsewhere in the present, but down the line, like I said, it looks like you will be expressing feelings. This person looks like they could be working out some financial things, but like I said, it seems like that should all be wrapped up by Taurus season. So might sound like a long ways away, but it's not that bad. So hopefully that resonates with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.